Man, it's your boy Gang. Like, and back the 3 second rule and two analogy uh, videos. These to real life. Like for all my, I talk about many that keep like the same as analogy, the way the body works, your mind, and how you your mind and you could grow and develop. You have to stay codependent. You can get your own job. You got many young guys either or A or B control over. I found that sitting in my room just thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, it's crazy because the 3 second sums up, you know what I mean? Like the second rule, excuse me, hold on. So the 3 second rule is crazy, bro, because the 3 second rule could literally help you in life, like in real life, because what you want to do, second rule in life, enough time to question, like, and I'm talking about even me making this video right now. I'm like, let me just turn the camera on and like, let me just count, like, shit, like, because if not, what am I gonna do? If not, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna question things. What does questioning do? It leads to, and this is the ugly truth about society. No one wants to talk about procrastination. You could get a lot more done just by strengthening your own self-esteem by just doing shit. Like, in the more you do something, right? You're training your neurology to say, "Fuck it." You're training your neurology to say, "Fuck it, let's go, let's get it." No one wants to train you to do that because that means you're masculine, or better yet, you're just taking advantage of opportunities all around you all the time. And despite the challenges or the ugly shit that's around you, because when you say 1, 2, 3, let's get it, you know, there's no consequences either. Like that's what people don't realize. It's like people always say like 90% of the stuff that you think is gonna go wrong really don't go wrong. Like they're right, bro, because even if you take your slow ass time to get this shit together, you're gonna just realize the same thing later on. But not you're not gonna learn it now. But if you say 1, 2, 3, let's get it, and you do whatever it is that you have a feeling that you should be doing, yeah, it comes with something bad could come out of anything in life, but it's like how much good could come out of it? That's the question. Like how much good could come out of, just doing some shit, right? And not questioning yourself too much. And that's what we really wanted to address in this video. Like that's what we really wanted to address. Like uh there's things y'all know y'all should be doing. There's things y'all know y'all should be doing, but y'all don't do them because it's easier. That spider big as hell. That spider big as hell, bro. It's up there, bro. It's things y'all know y'all should be doing, but y'all may not do them. Not because, hey, this the worst part. Listen, not because y'all can't do them. Y'all just not used to doing it. And so y'all live a whole life on autopilot. And that's why I'm about to make another video on chess as it pertains to chess, the game of life, right? But a lot of people use the PUA or talking to women and now it's things that are deeper in using the chess analogy for it. Because chess is a game of taking risks, taking chances, and just outside the box to get you to a destination that's a desired outcome. And like the thing that's fucked up about life, sometimes you don't know what a video that's gonna do big. Like you don't know that, because you know if you keep trying, you will hit your mark. And that's that insecure space that everybody has, right? With everything. Even with women, it's like, okay, I keep approaching, but I don't know what like you never know that one woman that's gonna give you that chance. Like, oh, here's my number here. And then it just shifts every point forward. It shifts the whole that you outlook and you see life as it is, And that's called a breaking point, I guess. It's kind of what you want to kind of like live in. But a breaking point, if it's a breaking point, that means it's breaking point. Like, I mean, I know people who hit time they post a video or 5. What is it? You don't know what it is. You don't know what's like. How do you stay confident in the unknown for prolonged durations of time? Right? I don't think is like, because for me personally, just do it. Like the night. And when you say that to somebody, they're gonna go, fuck, I heard that before. That's not helping me. I heard that before. Sometimes it is someone saying something in a new way because your neurology has been trained to avoid things that's common that you've heard before. And sometimes it's actually you trying a new way. And then sometimes it's the 3-second rule. You're like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I do this in 3 seconds. Like this video is not script. You probably could tell some people might not. But it's scripted because the 3-second rule forced me to not give a fuck about an outcome. I said, think what you're gonna do with women, it's arguable that guy isn't really smooth. Someone could argue me on that if they want, but it's arguable that guy isn't really smooth. Because can you think on the spot and make a move off of like natural? Do you have to have canned lines or a script for you to be attractive, or can you just be it? The guys that are really good, or they call it natural, they're just being it, man. They're just being it. And I'm not gonna make it seem like they were born. When you hear the word natural, you think, oh, he was born with it. But when I say somebody who played the game for a little while and kind of start to, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, your most unscripted video could hit 1M, but your most scripted video could hit 1 view. So there ain't no predicting that shit. Now, of course, if you up your quality and do some, typical YouTuber mechanical shit, or with women, if you get a haircut, throw on a good outfit, go downtown, the logistics are right, you're going to up the ante on everybody. But that doesn't necessarily make men feel like they're doing anything, right? It feels good when you're living with your mother and you hit 10K. If you're already living in a high rise somewhere and you already got money in your pocket, then you hit 10K, it's like, well, I was projected to hit 10K. Probably don't even feel as good. But it's the triumph that feels great. And like I said, the 5-second rule helps because you could cut through all that. Oh, Do I got on the right outfit? Oh, I wore this yesterday. Oh, da 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 da. Who gives a fuck? Can you explain that in the comments? I don't know. Who cares? Is is game? Because somebody said some wise shit the other day. They said it's not always the addition of things. I think it was Game God Goldie. He said when people first start trying to better their life, they think they got to add stuff on, but it's really the subtraction first. Subtract all the shit that you fucking up with, and giving a fuck needs to be subtracted. You know what I'm saying? You subtract that shit, less is more, in that regard, right? When you subtract the bullshit, you naturally just kind of measure up with people that was higher than you on the totem pole. Because there ain't nothing wrong with you. But it's the fact that you even considered or thought something was wrong with you that make women say, nah, I'm good. Something off about him. Something bad about his vibe. The fact that you even considered that shit. Because they know ain't no winner that they ever met even thought about themselves below anything ever in life. So when you say, oh, I live with my mom, or oh, she might not like my haircut, or oh, this or that, you gotta remember one thing, man. You're thinking. And anything that's a thought is not really a law or a truth at all. It's coming from an emotion of fear or doubt or worry that she's gonna think something. Oh, I can't go out on a date like this. I can't go out looking like this. But the 3-second rule will prove you different. Excuse me. The 3-second rule will prove you different if you keep fascinating. Then guess what happens? But this is because couldn't nobody scare me into shit. I had to actually try this shit long enough to realize that it ain't shit to be scared of. So like a lot of y'all might have to, but this is just an informative video from a. You're not gonna always be confident. We smell good. You're not gonna always have access to food and feel good and get that fairy tale land America made you think. So sometimes in the art of war, you just have to actually have integrity and do whatever the fuck it is you told yourself. That's it. That's the answer. 2 plus 2 is still 4 for both those guys. Overthinking is a fucking habit. That's what guys don't understand. Overthinking is a habit, chains that enslave you, and when they finally break, you're just gonna say whatever the fuck you think, and you're not even gonna think about what you think, because you know what you think is just a thought. Action will always be the fucking thought. If right now you're thinking about, you already lost, because it's a guy who literally just walked. She talked to 20 guys today. That your bitch ass. You see the same chick every day. Every day. How you got game? Every day? Every day you don't. So what I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to knock anybody down as being tough love, because even for myself is a realization, like, you know what I'm saying? Things do process, and it is a progress. So it ain't like, anything I'm saying even matters unless you think it matters. Because the thing I find in life, speaking to hear this, but for everybody, even if it go viral, select few people, the frequency and vibration that I'm on, and from their own level, it's still women want. They want you. So it's like you giving her a little energy, no energy. Understand that that's not attractive, but you can't see that from because somebody told you it's than it is to be pushing up on women. Then you feel like confused. So that's why that's so vital, man. It's because See, me, I've been approaching women so much, I don't even got to do that. But when it makes it easier. So now it's like cherry on the top. But for some, do anything at all, spook them out. I compared it to making a video because, like, I didn't know what I was gonna talk about in this video for real. But I did feel like I had a little idea, and I'm like, how do I push through if I just got a little idea? I'm like, do the 3 second rule right now. And guess what? You never know what type of income gonna come from your outcome. You know what I'm saying? What you put in is what you get out, and it's energy. It's not always even about the content, and guys don't realize that because with a woman, how many guys are shit for brains and they just talk to the woman and the woman is like, oh, something, I kind of like him a little bit. You don't really like him. He's just supplying a need that other guys are too scared to even walk up to you at all. So she get fixated on the attention and the energy, but not really the guy, really. But it's like, this is how you take more chances without feeling like a fucking dumbass, because it's just 1, 2, 3. I gotta say what I gotta say. If she don't like me after I say what I gotta say, then something wrong with that bitch. Like, that gotta be your thought process, bro. Like, and if it's not, then you're not gonna have the grit and the determination and the guts to keep going, because it's gonna always be an opinion of somebody. Somebody gonna say you thirsty. Some girl gonna say you're weird or creepy. Even sometimes parents might even look at you funny and say, just give you weird energy. Sometimes your own family and shit and people, they might judge you just for the career shit. It's like, there's no right answer. It's the only answer is to just to I gotta say, aggressively go towards, because when you go towards, you hit the target, that's when everybody shut the fuck up and the smoke clears and they're like, oh shit, he just did some shit, forcing them to make a decision. Either fuck with what I to fuck away from me because I'm doing what I'm doing regardless. But it's in that hesitation and procrastination where the most, because you're sitting there and you're thinking that, you're kind of like, just like the people who are judging you. You got time to do that. Even though you're not judging others, but you're still on that frequency, because that frequency is of people who sit around and care about shit that they got no business caring about. So even you caring about what people might say about you is putting you in direct frequency or direct. That's why people get stuck in relationships, because the fear that you feel about doing shit is the same fear that people got about you doing shit. So it's like y'all matching energy without even realizing it. So you're like, damn, why it seem like I'm always around the same motherfuckers? It's because, like, you're trauma bonding or pair bonding based on fear. That's what you got to realize. So the more you work on your game and the more you work on your self-esteem, that's when you won't relate to them so much that you're either going to force them to grow up and get on what you want and try harder in life, or you're going to force them to say, nah, I don't fuck with him. Fuck him. They're going to start talking shit because it's like, fuck him. I don't know what got into him. He think he all this, all that. They just trying to slow you down, because if you pass them, their competitive ass is going to have to keep up. So they don't want to have to keep up. They just they want the shit to be done with. They're rather for it to just be done. Like, okay, this person, for whatever reason, ain't trying to win no more, and so we don't gotta try to win no more, type shit. But I'm telling you, it's like reverse engineer the shit. You'll see, like, and it's little things, like, you don't gotta do a lot of shit that you do, man. It's all pattern recognition, like shit that you do because you're used to doing it. So therefore, that's the only reason why you're doing it. And somebody is facilitating that probably, but you are still giving them that energy of You don't got, let's put it like this. A lot of young guys, they don't got their life all figured out. That's what it is. And you won't believe that that's what it is because you're like, you mean to tell me if I sit down and write everything out that that's the answer? I'm telling you, that really is the answer. But it's sticking to it is that you wrote, which is the harder part, but it's really not that hard because that will come along the way, kind of like whatever it is that you think is in your best interest. Because what people don't, your parents don't know what's best for you, and you do know what's best for you. It's rare that you hear that, and you hear it sometimes, but really break that curse of trying to like confusion is a curse. To have two options sometimes it could confuse you. Like, do I listen to me or do I listen to what they saying? Or shit, I'm not gonna listen to either. I'm just gonna kind of just drag my feet with a situation until something looks more easier to figure out. You know, you're gonna play it safe, right? But that's what a lot of people do. But I'm telling you, how do you avoid playing it safe in life and just getting straight to whatever it is? The 3-second rule. If you give yourself 3 seconds and say, I gotta move, you're just gonna, okay, let me post these pictures on eBay real quick. I know I don't want to do this shit right now, but let me just do this shit. Let me force myself. I never was good with forcing myself to do shit that I didn't want to do, besides going to school, because that was what everybody was doing. But if it's something I don't want to do, I really just I allow myself that freedom to not do it. But and I think that's what made me attractive growing up. People got a sense of freedom from me. Like, this guy is like young, wild, and free energy type shit. But come with a price. So as you get older, that freedom has to be sacrificed one way or another. And if it does, you better make sure you choose a career path or something that you really kind of fuck with. I'm not gonna say better make sure you do, because I believe God will do that for people. Because even with me, it's like I I figured out what I wanted to do by process of elimination of what I am unwilling to do. Like, I don't want to do a 9 to 5. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And even if I'm gonna do 9 to 5, I broke that down. I'm like, I won't work at this place, but I will kind of, if I get hired here, that's pretty straight. The mall, Auntie Anne's, that's all right. But Target, nah, I don't want to be in that fucking register shit all day. I had to even do that at one point. I broke all the finances down into different sections: side hustle, jobs, careers, school. I forgot the other one. It's like one more, two more. Oh, betting, gambling, even like bro. A lot of people get money because they go to the casino every weekend. They lose a lot, but they still they know what games to play. So breaking things down into the littlest nucleus is how you get your life together. Because other than that, you're just going to repeat a cycle. So even gambling could get you out of a hole or help you pay your rent for 1 month or two months, 3 months, because you niche down on some shit, even if your parents are mad at you because you got a gambling addiction, or it looks like from the outside you got a gambling addiction, you know? So that's why I can't tell guys how to win. I can't tell guys to stop watching porn. I can't tell guys how to get their money. And I refuse to do that type of shit, because where there's no freedom, there's really not no, like, I don't know, I can't explain it. There's no option. And where there's no option, there's like slaves and shit. So I don't really know about that shit, but I feel like there's a 50-yard line in the middle where you could change your life if you find something that measures up with your values and who you feel like you are. So if you feel like I'm a free person and I always grew up playing games and had free time to do this and do that, you might not even be able to tolerate an environment when someone bossing you around. You just might, if someone would say, oh, like I could imagine right now, like an older cousin of mine, they would call that weak. But how can they call it weak if I'm not them? They can't call it weak because They could call it whatever they want to call it from their point of view, but that's never my point of view. And that's what I had to realize about life is like, there's guys who get rich for shit that's easy as fuck. And then there's guys who slave for jobs that's hard as fuck and still can't pay their rent. They're both strong and they're both weak. They're humans. So you could call it what you would. People will point the finger and tell you what to do and lead you off a bridge and then continue on with their life once you fall off that bridge. But it's for you to gain insight on your own personal hobbies, activities, and interests. Like, can you cut hair? What do you like to do? Do you like to draw? Do you like to do what? Videos. Videos is what I like to do. Whether if I get 1 view or 2 views, I like this shit, so I just do it. Because when I hit my goal on YouTube, motherfuckers gonna have to shut up about what career choice I chose. Because first of all, it'd be none of their business. That's the crazy part. It'd be none of their business, but they be so determined to tell you how to be like them. Y'all know some people like that in your life. They just so determined to tell you how to be just like them. And they don't even, all they do is complain about everything in their life. But it's respectable though, because they're trying to help you so that you don't be like total bum, like a total bum. But it's like they still got to loosen up the grip on your life because it's not their life. So it's like it confuses other people too when you don't know what you're doing. But, you know, you got to grow into decisiveness. People think that decisiveness is just a fucking quality or trait to have. If your father wasn't decisive, you're not going to be decisive. If your father wasn't in your life, you're probably not going to be decisive. Decisiveness is a skill, man. It's a way of imagination, measurement, experience, and it's a fucking having testosterone in a nutsack. And it's kind of like, I mean, a lot of women are more decisive than guys now, but it's just having a fucking idea about almost everything, and which is kind of like hypocritical or narcissistic to say, but because no one has an idea about everything, but a man makes a decision even when no one knows the answer. So if me and my wife and kids don't know the answer, I'm gonna go first and see what the fuck is what, and then I'm gonna say, okay, follow me through here. And then if some bullshit happen, I'm gonna have to grab the snake and rip the head off the snake. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of like what I mean when I say he has an answer for everything. Because even if shit get ugly, he's the only one with muscles. But what I'm saying is nowadays that's lost. People don't think like that. But that's the way that gets you out of the quicksand that you're in. It's you being able to take some risks along this journey. So that 3-second rule come in handy because you can't be sitting around thinking like, oh, my wife might be right, but I think I'm right. But my wife also might be right, but I think I'm right too though. Now the snake don't got y'all kids wrapped up for 5 hours about to devour your kids because y'all not even paying attention to the fucking direction. Y'all paying attention to who deserves more trust, which is repulsive to me. I know that's a fancy word somewhat, but it's repulsive for real. It makes me sick because it's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? It's disgusting to lose your way as a man. It's disgusting to not know what to do next. It's repulsive to women, and that's why women don't be sticking around for these guys, because it's repulsive. But what I'm gonna end this video with telling you is that chess definitely aligns with lifestyle design. It definitely goes hand in hand with the dating game, and it definitely just the 3-second rule, because you might want to take your time with making some decisions, but you don't want to take too much time. You want to be calculated. Never want to be scared to like take a notebook and sit down and write plans when no one's looking, because that's really also what helps you get through ugly moments or shadowy moments where you don't know what the answer is, and you just want to be brave. And that's what it takes to win out here. It takes grit and determination, and the shit don't feel good or right or human. But I mean, if you do it, you'll just get the rewards of what come with pushing yourself through some shit that don't feel human. Either you want the rewards or you don't. Or like I said, maybe you have to be tricked into wanting the rewards of some shit that, because at the end of the day, it's like no matter how much of a man you are, life is full of surprises. Life and death is guaranteed to everybody, so it doesn't even matter. But you have to still go out with a bang, and that's my opinion. You don't have to, but you're not gonna be happy with just like you just. I don't know. I can't explain that shit, bro. I can't fucking explain that shit. But all of your aggression and masculine energy is on the other side of wherever you're at. If you're still in that depressed space, you might think like, oh, I'm still a man. I still defend myself, and that's cool. And you probably will, but it's just like that raw energy and that those higher frequencies and shit like that. It's across the street, my boy. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It's over there on the other side, and you got to really just understand that intensity is masculine. You know what I'm saying? That's what women want. They want to chase that guy because that guy is making quick decisions. They know. They know if I gotta choose between Will and this willy nilly guy over here, I'm choosing Will every time because Will ain't. He don't give a fuck. Don't care. Win, lose or draw, I'm approaching you, and I don't give a fuck. Like me, love me, or hate me, I don't give a fuck. Not only do I not give a fuck, but I'm learning how to give not a fuck. So now it's worse because see, some people naturally don't give a fuck, which is beautiful in nature, but nothing's worse than someone who learns not to give a fuck because that person, he totally, washed out any form of giving a fuck possible. So that guy is just gonna automatically just be just living on the edge, just loving himself and just like I said, man, it's just like it's energy. So it's like this video wasn't even meant to be this long, but I'm about to upload it right now. Tell me in the comments what you think. But yeah, man, like 3 second rule is useful, and because you got to make split decisions, and for the people who don't make split decisions, those people get preyed on by people who think faster than them. So it's just like that's why I say this shit could pertain to uh chess. I mean, it could pertain to life and dating, but we're going to look at the life part of it right now because you got to be a quick thinker. I can't even explain this shit, bro. I'm done. I'm done with this video. I'm done with it. I'll see y'all next video.